Hi, I'm Drew Phillips. I'm the new winemaker at Peachy Canyon. So I grew up in Connecticut, a small little state in the Northeast. It was cold and miserable. And when I was growing up, my father's parents lived in Monterey. So we'd spend summers out in Monterey, up and down the Central Coast, as long as I can remember. When I was about 22, I got hired as a stock boy at a wine shop. I was listless. I'd left college. I didn't know what I was studying for, and I stayed at this little wine shop for about 5 years in Darien, Connecticut. Worked with a lot of high-end French and Italian wines, and some wines from California. And lo and behold, wine just turned into something that I was really interested in. And I realized that I could go back to college and get a degree in winemaking. I got really into Rhone-style wines, Syrahs and Grenaches, and having gone to events and taste all over the state, I'd kind of settled on Paso Robles being the place I wanted to be. Not only is it known for Rhone blends, but it was about 2 hours south of Mom and Dad's house in Monterey, which was just about the perfect distance for me. It was far enough that I didn't have to go home and change light bulbs, but close enough that if Mom and Dad were making my favorite dinner, I could be there at a moment's notice. I got my first job in Paso Robles working for the Riley family at Prue Wines. Real small producer, a lot of focus on quality, and I was there for about 4 years before I was kind of just ready for the next step, ready to get a little bigger, ready to grow. And lo and behold, Peachy Canyon was looking for an assistant winemaker at the time. And so I got hired on here at Peachy by former winemaker Robert Henson and by Josh Beckett. And I've been here ever since. I've been here 4 harvests now. In addition to having an awesome team that's been assembled over the last couple of years, there's been a big focus by Josh and Jake to steer us more towards organic farming, to be low impact on our soil. We're really inspired by what they're doing over at Topless Creek, being regenerative, organic. It's something that we'd like to pursue, to be good stewards of the land, and really leave something for Peachy 3.0 someday. But having new vineyards come online and redeveloping some of the older blocks that have been here for 20-25 years at this point, and having all these, being able to sit down and pick what clones, knowing what gaps we have in our wine program, what different varieties we want to plant, pick sites across town to do that. I mean, really, we're going from soil all the way to bottle, and it's to be a part of that whole the whole grand scheme of everything there is definitely an opportunity that you don't get at just every winery. I've learned a lot of new techniques working with Josh. Things from stem inclusion and co-fermentations to how wine's going to react to different types of vessels. We're doing some carbonic fermentations now that are really fun and interesting. So there's technique stuff that I've learned, but having come from a much smaller winery where it was just me in the cellar, working with a team and leading a team in the cellar has been a whole new thing for me. So when I'm not locked in the cellar, Gosh, I spent a lot of time with my fiance planning a wedding. So that's fun. I really like going to concerts, following live music around, and it's been a challenge over the last couple of years with so many concerts getting canceled and big in-person events not really happening. So I've kind of maintained by, getting engaged and starting to plan a wedding and finding other ways that I can have a big party with a lot of friends. Man, I hope I'd be a rock star, but yeah, I don't even know. It's the first thing that I stumbled upon and kind of piqued my interest on all levels. There's an artistic side, there's a chemistry side, there's a kind of industrial manufacturing side to it, and it the whole way through the whole process it's interesting. So maybe I'm one-dimensional. Because Josh is still here, I'm excited to work more closely with him and get out into the vineyards more. Start, working with Antonio, our vineyard manager, more, and start kind of having more of a say towards when we pick and what we're looking for in ripeness. It's one of those things that you don't really get taught until you have to learn it. And to have someone who's been doing it for 20 plus years in town, that's well respected for his ability to do it, kind of take me on and teach me is a pretty awesome blessing.